Hello, welcome to Subjective Insights, holding the mic up to my mouth so it doesn't rattle on my zip latch, whatever it's called. Today I'm going to talk about why a lot of the ideas about economics that people have is bullshit. It's a kind of practice run. I don't feel fully fluent in this area, though I've done a lot of reading on the subject, but my opinion is as yet to become what I would call valuable opinion. So, given that proviso at the beginning, I'm going to talk about the difficulty of understanding economics and how the system as a whole works. And I think this difficulty arises because the central way through which economic relations are mediated is through individuals, through people. And these people often have concerns that are not economic in nature. They are essentially, like say you could have somebody wanting to buy a thing, and according to economics, when we denude everybody of all their other forms of social relating and reduce them to just economic transferers, then it looks like everybody should be a rational actor, everybody should be working to further their own interests and to get the best deal for themselves, and that they wouldn't be spending more than what they earn or more than what they have or should be spending. But the thing is, sometimes this individual who's engaged in an economic transaction is also engaged in familial relations, like say currently it's Mother's Day, right? And say you got a mother who's a proper Scroogey old cow, right? And she will treat you horribly if you don't buy her a particularly expensive gift for Mother's Day. And also imagine that you're an individual who's susceptible to that form of manipulation, that you react to and feel in response to your mother's what would the word be, shouting, whatever, kind of emotional manipulative tactics, as if they were actual kind of stabs and punches. So given those circumstances, that the non-economic parts of you will coerce you into acting in an economically irrational manner, and it just doesn't fit with the models they have. See, they're trying to transpose upon social reality a kind of computational framework, and the simple thing is people don't act like computers. They have a variety of concerns that cannot be reduced to an economic parameter. I'm not even sure if I'm using the language right, but it sounds pretty to my ears, so fuck it. It's like I was watching this documentary on Amazon Prime the other day, and about AI, and you have this surgeon talking about how he was doing an operation he's doing a hysterectomy, I think, or some other operation, and it was just particularly difficult, and he had to stand there, agonising over this decision, whether or not to pull the patient out and then bring them back in at a later date, or to just crack on with it. And the reason why this was agonising was because he had a personal relationship with the patient, and he knew the patient found it traumatic to come into hospital. So considerations outside of the pure mechanics, here is a body that needs to be fixed. If I try again during this operation, that body is more at risk of not being fixed. That consideration came into conflict with a more social, more emotional consideration for the machine or the body as a person. And he was saying that in that circumstance he would have liked to have been an AI because those considerations would not have been there. And so the economic models that a lot of the mainstream works with and uses, that they would be fitting for a society of AIs that have no emotional capacity, but they're not fitting for humans. And this is also essentially why there is so much confusion, right? Why you can look at modern monetary theory, which is true and accurate, but why isn't it being put into practice? Why are people still professing an older kind of mindset? And that's because we're dealing with humans here. We're not dealing with transistors and capacitors, We're not dealing with Boolean logic that's subject to algorithms. Oh, I'll wait to go. Goodbye.